Tomb of the Spider Queen, game number 1, the losers bracket final, everybody. The last qualifier number 6 for the Banshee Cup. Again, a quick reminder that we are adding a twist to the playoffs. So starting next week, we have the top 8 teams competing for the prize money, and there's a little bit of a twist. I already teased it. I didn't reveal it, but I teased it since the first qualifier. And if you haven't heard it yet, here's how it's working. We have bounties for the teams. We have a full list of several bounties of challenges that the teams can complete. For example, it would be win a game with Nova, win a game with Gazlo, win a game playing Varian with Meme Blades. What's the real name? Twin Blades. And some other stuff like that. Win a game using a StarCraft-only team and all such things. So we have a full list of those that we're going to reveal for the playoffs. And if the teams actually complete one of those in a match, you can only complete a maximum of 1 per match. But if a team does that, they get extra prize money. They get $50 extra. Now, that is actually going to add up if the teams are diligent about it. And it incentivizes them to think a little bit outside of the box and think if they can get away with the cheese. But they don't have to do it. There's still actual prize money for the top 4 spots. So if they are not really comfortable going for any of these bounties, for these quests, then they can just simply say, alright, we're fine, we're just playing for the normal prize money in the tournament. But it gives them something to think about. There might be teams, for example, that win game number 1. They're like, you know what? We're just going to do it right now and try it in game number 2. Now, you have to win your games with those bounties. And again, each team has their own bounty list. So the lists are the exact same. The challenges, the quests are the same for every single team, but each of them has their own list. So once that a bounty is crossed off, you can't go for the same bounty again, but a different team could, for example, still complete it for themselves. It's going to be pretty cool. I actually really like the idea. It's the first time that we're doing it. There's a couple of twists that we could add if we want to do it in the future, but for the first time we want to keep it fairly simple. We want to see what works, what doesn't, what do the teams do, what do they not do, and then we can adjust things a bit in the future. Maybe also add some additional bounties depending on community and player feedback, but that's kind of the idea behind all of this, and it should be pretty cool. Now, in our game here, as we're still talking about qualifier number 6, we obviously don't have the bounties yet, so that's starting next week, but we still have teams trying to get as high up in the leaderboard as they possibly can. Hanzo is picked as first pick on Tomb of the Spider Queen for Nano, so Nano is back to his Hanzo shenanigans with Jojo and Urel taken quickly for their opponents. So the Space Goofs again with Johanna just getting the wave clear in, and then you have the Quasar on the side. They are the ones that ban Blaze, so they don't want the opponent to take it. Still keeps the hero up for future games, but they now have Urel in. Whoever loses here is top 3. This is a loser bracket final. The winner gets a reward, and the reward is that they are going up to the grand final to face off against the Bratwurst boys, who are again the final boss of the qualifier. But yeah, I'm highly curious what the Space Goofs can do here. They've been crushing it. They've been really, really running their opponents ragged. But the Raiders, they are a bit of a different beast. They've been in the number 2 spot in the rankings for a while now, and they want to stay there. Can they, though? That's the question. And a win for the Space Goofs in this series would go a long way to also give them additional points and a better seeding for the playoffs. But the Raiders, they are a tough nut to crack. Chromie gets banned. I don't even... Well, yeah, fine, okay. Yeah, they could play Hanzo and Chromie. They've done it in the past. Usually what they do then is rotate Hanzo away from Nano and let him play Chromie. Yeah, fair enough. So, still a possibility. But then again, Junkrat gets banned. Obviously, when we're talking about Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's all about... And I, again, did this thing where I have not adjusted the map. So, my apologies. It is indeed Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm getting a little bit lazy when it comes to taking care of the maps, apparently. I need to hire myself an assistant or something that I can yell at, you know, when they're not doing that. Tomb of the Spider, it's enough. You know what I'm talking about. I mentioned it several times. Alright. We are going gender equality now. We're going Tomb of the Spider King. We've been talking about this queen for 10 years. It's time that the king takes over and shows everybody who's boss here. So there's that. But double pick for the blue team. Final one. We still need a side laner. Somebody that dares to go up against Urel. Sylvanas is obviously pretty sweet now for the Space Goofs. They get the objective. They can do a lot of work with her and make those pushes even more dangerous. Malthael and Tracer. And Evixos, what is he picking? Tracer is gonna just be buzzing around the entire game trying to get those kills in against heroes like Anduin and Sylvanas. Evixos, he knows what he's up against, but we still need a bit more damage from them. Wave clear is kinda settled. If he can add a bit more, that's great. Maybe getting a mage into the picture would help them. And they go for Greymane instead. So, Space Goofs and Raiders. Game on, everybody. Tomb of Spider Queen, map number 1. Raiders against Space Goofs, game number 1. We are on Tomb of the Spider King. Gavlo on Malthael, twice on Diablo. My try with Tracer. We have Nan on Hanzo and Sven on Rhaegar. On the right side of the map, the Space Goofs with a pretty epic run through the losers bracket thus far. Playing with Play on Janna, Evixos on Greymane. Bloodcool is playing Sylvanas. Somebody really has to tell him that he misses an O in his nickname. Dequaza on Yrel, and Yazu is playing Anduin. Let's go. Let's see what we're getting here. First of all, we're getting Overwhelming Affliction for Sylvanas. This is a pretty ugly mount, isn't it? Who voluntarily rides this? Evixos, what has happened? What went wrong in your childhood that you look at that thing and you're like, that's amazing? He must have lost a bet or something. It's not even a poverty horse or something. Poverty horse is just like weird, but like that is just ugly. Ride a chocobo or something like that. That's totally fine, but like that mount is just like, that's a big, like look at this. The hell is that? Disgusting. It's just a blob. Dude, we need to talk. We seriously need to talk. Some people, when they're looking at their mounts, I mean, damn. You really hope that their mommy is still buying their clothes for them, because if they use the same taste when they're buying themselves some t-shirts and sweaters, then you know this is going to be a disaster whenever they appear in public. 0 kills so far. Everybody just rushing around a little bit and double checking if they can get the easy kill. We have the camps up on the map. So immediately it is bruisers that are being set on lane from both teams. No move for those siege giants at the bottom of the map just yet. You see, look at Gavlo here. Gavlo, he's also using a shitty mount, but at least it's the poverty horse. You can always say like, I'm poor, I don't have any other mounts. Actually, these days you can't even say that, because everybody should at least have an epic, unique mount. Maybe a lizard or something that they could use. Oh, Dequaza, get off my mercenary camp. Look good at least initially, and then he gets killed, and he's not the only one. That's a double kill. The Raiders, they're not giving up camps. The Raiders, they are raiding you. You're not raiding them. I don't think you understood how this works, but the red team, they're just saying like, no, not like this, boys. Nope. Not happening. So yeah, easy kills. The Raiders with a big play at the bottom, get the siege giants, get the double kill, and pull ahead in the game. I think in the last few games, the Space Goofs were just a little bit too used to absolutely dominating the competition and murdering everybody too easily. And now all of a sudden, you know, things are, I don't want to say falling apart, but they're meeting some actual resistance, and you can tell. So there's just like, okay, we gotta adjust a bit how we're thinking about this apparently, because these guys, they're no pushovers. Double kill for the blue team, and let's see where we're going here. Bloodcool still sitting tight. A couple of gems got lost too. It's 45 gems now against 31, so they're missing 15 gems at this point, which is a bit of a problem. Let's see. Play is holding 23. Janna obviously going to be in the driver's seat the entire time. 23 gems for now. Can they get another hit in over here? Nah, not yet. 14 gems have been turned in. That's all that they got. That's all that they had turned in so far. And now the chance to get the first web weavers. If they get all of their gems connected. Time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, everybody is just still trying to get some map control. And to be fair to the blue team, they have been able to turn in a few more gems. So we're now up to 25 for them. They have level 7 on top of that. So yeah, getting a bit ahead here. Zoning the opponent out, turning in with Gavlo, and that leaves them 8 gems shy of the first quest completion. So definitely an opportunity to pull ahead. They lose Malthael though, and they're about to lose Diablo. That's quite the setback here, so a bit unfortunate. And since Rhaegar is also getting crushed, Space Goofs apparently have adapted quite well to the circumstances. You might have gotten the Web Weavers here, but you certainly paid a price for it. 3 heroes going down is a hefty price to pay, and they have to rush straight into the middle if they want to get any kind of value out of the objective. Because, yeah, this was definitely not what they had envisioned when they turned in their gems. So, yeah, the defense is going to be so much easier now than it normally would have been. This is going to get a bit tricky. I don't think that the first Web Weavers are really going to do anything for them. Certainly doesn't look like it. So the push in the middle is now continuing. Level 8 to level 8. Now the hits keep coming, and Greymane goes down. So at least they're getting 1 kill, I guess. Greymane got Hanzo'd. Can they at least break the walls down here in the middle, for example? Or pick up another kill? The Nexus Mosquito is already buzzing around Yasuo. Bzz, 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 and they take him down. Anduin is dead. Yeah, so apparently the Raiders... oh, well, Sven? Alright. Oh, Urel! Good kill from my try. They're getting way more out of this objective after all. I mean, damn son. They're killing all of them. Guys, they removed so many gems from them. It's nuts. How many gems did they just lost? Around 30 in total, I want to say. Level 10 is in, 6 kills to 3. They have heroic abilities. Play has essentially all of the gems on the side of the Space Goofs, which is good and bad at the same time. It's a pretty tanky hero, but Johanna is also now the single most juicy target for the blue team. And if at any point they can take her down, they would just delete the ticket back into the game completely. So, yeah, this could get fairly nasty. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they can pull off here. But this is still going to get a little bit tricky if they can't turn the Jonas gems in. Because it essentially also means that you are much more... that you're not going to be really willing to make any kind of play here, right? Like, you're not going to sit there and just say like, alright, you know what, guys, I'm going to fully engage into the opponent. There's the next attack already coming. They're moving in with a quick hit. The bubble! He went bubble! Anduin, he has the best words. Everybody says so. It's great word, salvation. It's an amazing word. It's like sad. It's fantastic. I suck at my impression. Jesus God. I need to really... oh, sorry. I want to apologize for this one. I've been not practicing lately. I've been sloppy. And this was just not good. Nah. We gotta bring it back. I'm disappointed in myself, but they're all... ooh. Yeah, they're not disappointed in Rhaegar. That was some clutch timing. Rhaegar, my man. Nice. Gets the kill. And Evixos goes straight for the pull. Alrighty. Nano. Also just barely able to move out here. They still have that lead. They're gonna get 2 turn-ins before the red team gets 1. Uh-oh. Not Jojo. Not Jojo. She can't die. But they're getting... no! Nano gets away! And he has the arrow again. He has his arrow again as well. Okay. Yeah, they're all retreating.
And we say bye-bye!
Indeed we do. Kenny? Ah! Look at Tracer. She actually got stunned out in the last second. Boy, they were fighting hard for that turn-in. They were really fighting hard for it. I thought they could get it. It looked for a moment like they had a chance to get another interrupt and force him to fight again at a later date. But yeah, unfortunately for them, no. They gotta face the music. They gotta face the Web Weavers. And let's see how much damage can be done here. But yeah, job well done. 13 is ready any moment now. They're defending at the top. Here in the middle shouldn't really be a big issue. Down at the bottom of the map it's a bit different. There's where we're having Urel and Greymane both running tag team against them. So yeah, there's the big chance to potentially drop it forward. But Hanzo comes in, gets an arrow out. They're going for Dequaza for a moment and at least try and force her back. Talking about forcing heroes back. Sylvanas, she's in trouble, but oh damn, they're going for everyone here. And Play has still 32 gems. There's the bubble once again. Yeah, you never see bubble. No light bomb, but we're going full bubble on this one. But Diablo in the thick of things might fall now. the heals insane. The heals, but Rhaegar gets murdered. It's insane to me. It's absolutely incredible that we haven't seen another hero die yet on the blue team. Think about how low they were in that engage, like multiple times. At some point, I believe it was Sylvanas who essentially didn't have any hit points. It was all damage over time that would have destroyed her automatically. And somehow they still were able to get a heal through at the last second and keep her in play. Kinda nasty. I mean, really nasty stuff right now. Another wall stun is coming in. They're trying to turn in, but what a game we have now. Back and forth, and once again they go for Diablo. Lord of Terror, my ass. That guy goes... Oh, the arrow! Oh, that one was scratching. It was scratching Anduin. Yeah, that was a flyby right there. That was way too close for comfort. But then again, at the end of the day, they didn't get to connect. But just imagine if this one would have hit. If that hits, it is an utter disaster for the blue team. They would have completely fallen apart there. But now the attacks, they just keep coming. They're forcing them back. They deny the turn-in for now. There's barely enough gems, and it's the blue team that instead is able to deliver the gems and get themselves a second wave of Web Weavers. But the game got a lot closer here. I mean, it definitely did. So much closer now all of a sudden, with the two teams just doing whatever they can in order to edge out small advantages. One fort has been destroyed previously. That is the only one that has been taken out so far. But now an opportunity for the Raiders to maybe here in the middle drop another structure. The wall has already been eliminated previously. So let's see if they can pull it off. Topside Greymane defeating the Web Weavers, but the fort is still taking damage there. And Tracer is also keeping Dequaza busy at the bottom of the map as he's trying to open the wall up at the first keep of the game. The lead in experience still goes to the Raiders. Not a massive one, but it's there. And they're poking. Getting a lot here. Greymane has secured top lane. Help down at the bottom, and Tracer really needs to start to get the hell out of there because, yeah, the flank is coming. Maitri has 13 gems right now. The wall has partially fallen, and the fort in the middle is not looking too hot either. But keeping all of them still in the game is great for the Space Goofs. That's really good. So, with that, well, we have now 46 gems for the blue team, and 55 still in the hands of their opponents, with only 20 more needed for a proper turn-in. So, we're off to the races, aren't we? Here's the opportunity. Here's the chance to make a play. Once again, the turn-in attempts are happening, and Tracer is going for a camp at the same time. The arrow connects with the backline. Ancestral Diablo still in trouble. And he got dropped down. He got dropped down. Oh, God. They kicked him off the platform. They actually did. What is even down there? I mean, Sky Temple is above Tomb of the Spider Queen, in case that you didn't know. But what's even down there? I mean, absolutely nothing. Last Rites doesn't do anything here. They're actually trying to go for Greymane. That's ridiculous. Are you guys serious? It's a 5 versus 4, but still, if they get Hanzo'd now, they deserve it. Greymane is saved. The bubble! And they can take it with that. Can't they? God, if Hanzo gets an arrow back now, boy. Yeah, they get everything. Boss is taken, and so are the Web Weavers. What a brawl! This game is wild. Check this one out, by the way. Look at Diablo. They really dropped him deep. They buried him. Just look him fall. Look him fall for just a second. My man got dropped. Yeah, he's back, though. And at the top, the fort likely gonna get destroyed now. Well, it's gone already. 55 stacks for Diablo, and ladies, the Space Goofs are really gaining momentum here, aren't they? Massive amount of momentum swinging in favor of the red team all of a sudden, as they are trying to go for forts and keeps. Malthael has defended the mid and the bot lane, but here at the top, that's a very different question. Arrow, beautiful connect against the frontliners. Bomb connect against Sylvanas, and she's done. Sylvanas gone, Greymane gone. Oh my god, they're getting 3. They're getting 4. That's only Urel alive with 10 gems. Dequaza rushes away. Boss gets defeated. No chance over here to take the keep down just yet, but they can easily now go for a few of the structures themselves. The blue team, the Raiders, bringing it back time and time again whenever they find themselves in trouble. So another great move made as they take the opponent down. So many gems also denied to the red team as they're going for a turn in themselves. So they're turning gems in, they're taking the top fort out. They can move into the middle, do the same thing here as well. Damage output 66,000 for Hanzo, and we got 49,000 for Sylvanas right now. But yes, they are coming in with fire and fury as they're moving through the mid lane and hoping, of course, now to drop a keep. If not, at least open some of the walls up. And even with the momentum that the red team had and that nice push to the top lane, let's not forget, they've only taken a single fort out. That's all they did. There's still a fort in the middle. There's still a fort at the bottom of the map. So that's the bad news for them. The attacks, they keep coming over here in the middle as they're trying to bust through the gate, bust through the wall. Half a level until level 20, which is another bad piece of information for the Space Goofs. But they're defending well. They're really defending well. They're doing a great job on defense. They've taken the first Web Weaver out. Up at the top, Dequaz is eliminating the second. He holds 24 gems now. They're trying to go for the attack down at the bottom of the map in the meantime, hoping to get a bit more done here, of course. And I mean, they're scratching the keep, but it's not real damage. So they've taken out 2 forts with their push, but they weren't able to do a whole lot with those Web Weavers. They opened walls up. They opened walls up, and they're poking slightly. Also attempting to steal the opponent's bruiser camp away. So yeah, they're getting something out of it. It's not like they're walking away with nothing. Full map control is also nothing to sneeze on. But yeah, how much more can they do now? Do they have a chance to poke away at a keep now, maybe in the middle with a camp that they've just taken? Use the aura. They have level 20, which is of course even bigger. Use the level 20 talent here. Barbecue play is already in, and this time now we get the double Ancestral. So whenever Diablo is in trouble, previously he was killed after Ancestral connected. Now it's going to be so much harder to go for twice and drop him. Now it's going to be nearly impossible. I mean, at this point, good luck taking Diablo down again, because up to this point they always got him with the second attempt, and now they're missing out on that. Now it's the Farseer's Blessing that can keep him alive, and it's going to be super tough to break through that if Rhaegar does his job and uses it in time. That's obviously the little caveat that they still have to keep in mind here. The teams are both on level 20, and Andren goes for the upgrade. The Light of Stormwind. All right. That's going to be interesting. Can they interrupt? Diablo with the Hellgate. Where's the Ancestral? It's a cooldown. Oh, the arrow. Beautiful arrow. And there's the bubble play. Insta interrupt. But Diablo paid a price for it. Can they still clean house though? Last rites connects. Malthael is dead, but he bought back immediately. So 4 versus 4 on the map now. And it is again a bloodbath. 11 kills to 8. Gem count 59 to 21. Now, there was one additional wave that the blue team had already. That's definitely something to note here. They had one more wave than the opponent's team. And apparently, they think it's a great idea to go for boss now. They have 5 back up on the map. Yeah, so attempting to make the play right here as the red team turns in. So it's the usual exchange. One team goes for a turn in, the other team takes the boss, and essentially each team will likely defend unless somebody really believes they have an upper hand here that they can use in order to get a keep or maybe even go for core. But yeah, so they're trading their gems in for proper defense. And I don't think that the blue team is going to move with this. So they're just trying to defend their forts as best as they can. Talking about defending forts, this one is a bit low. They were able to keep it in play for now, but Maitri will need some assistance if they really want to have a shot. They're not even defending the top side, by the way. They're letting the boss just do its thing. 18 minutes in, I mean, there's a wall there. The keep is going to take damage if they're not dealing with it. I don't think the keep is going to get destroyed, but it's going to take damage. Maitri is taking the bot lane out more or less. The fort will still fall. It doesn't have enough hit points to sustain itself through that. But it's all about trying to win the fight in the middle right now. And boss is now at the top keep. So boss is starting to do the damage there. all the forts are going to be destroyed. Bottom fort is gone. Mid fort is gone. That turn-in helped them way more than expected. The question is just simply what's happening with the keep. It's insanely low, but they are going to be able to save it, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Now, that's the good news. It's still standing. The bad news is that once that let's say the blue team wins another fight, that top keep is gone, and if they kill more than 2 heroes, they will likely go for core. So, yeah, there's opportunities now. Let's just put it like that. 85,000 damage for Hanzo. Him and Tracer, they haven't died. The damage dealers have not fallen yet in this game, whereas everybody on the red team side died at least once. Sylvanas was buzzed down by Tracer already 4 times in total. Yeah. Greymane waiting for the camp, trying to get some bruisers. 54 gems in the hands of the blue team, so if they can turn their gems in, that would be pretty sweet for them. Get that turn in this late in the game, that's going to hurt. That top keep, for example, would then definitely get destroyed. But yeah, party still continuing here. And it is close. I mean, it's clutch. Teams are now down to keeps. Nothing else is standing. 56 gems have been turned in. Good news for the Raiders. But the push is coming on the red team side. It's a wild series. This is only game number 1, by the way. This is only the first game. We could get an epic 3-mapper here. Even if we only get 2 maps, considering the level of play that we're getting, it's going to be great. But yeah, the push is coming. Play gets attacked. They're looking for another opportunity, another chance. There's the jump! Ah, Diablo moving back out quickly. Twice gets attacked again. But yeah, they're calling it a day for now in the fight. Gavlo, careful. Yeah, good slows. Malthael engaging again. Has to be careful, unstoppable, and kind of committing Sudoku here. He had buyback and bought back quickly, but there must have been some miscommunication because Malthael went deep and everybody else went back. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he was a bit too optimistic. Alright, the attack keeps coming. They're coming in again. Malthael says hello. There's the Ancestral, and again he has the full-on Farsia's Blessing. The arrow soaked up. Quick interrupt. Anduin's ult, but now Diablo in trouble. They're chasing here way too hard. Last Rites is barely getting me a kill. That's cooldown reduction. They take Jojo down, and Tracer is cleaning house. But she gets killed by Greymane, who rips half the team apart. A 3 versus 2 on the map now. They still have some gems that they could recover. And with only 3 heroes, I just don't think that they can take a keep down. They won't be able to do a lot here. They can take the camp, I guess. I suppose they can do that. Steal the camp away from your opponent. That's something that they can pull off. But outside of that, I just don't see it. I mean, what else are you going to do here? But again, that's worth something. Greymane going on an absolute killing spree also put him to 85,000 damage now. On top of that, just looking at the numbers, we have in the 6-digit club now, good old Hanzo, who is sitting at a pretty beastly damage output. I try to go for the top keep here to do at least some damage, which hasn't really worked out. But yeah, he's still holding a decent amount of gems. They're waiting until they're getting the 5-man back up on the map. And yeah, the Quasar turned in. There was not much more that he could have done in that situation, so getting at least the gems secured is probably the best. We're 23 minutes into this game, by the way. 23 minutes in. And I have no idea who's gonna take it. 13 kills, 212. It's so incredibly clutch. And a what? Hanzo gets caught at the top and destroyed. Yeah, that's bad news. At least there's no turn-in for the red team. But now the turn-in on the blue team side is also not going to do nearly as much as they're hoping for. The boss is getting taken. They're going to try and end with boss. Boss at the top. They're trying to go for it. Webweaver are going to be descending. Boah, this is going to get wild. This is going to get really wild. Hanzo, 35 seconds. Webweavers are going to come into play, and they're going to take the keep down at the top, at the minimum. Maybe more than that. The question is, does it matter? Because you don't take the boss if you're just trying to trade. You're trying to end the game here. And they can. They got the tools. So the attack is coming. Sylvanas is, of course, going to enhance all of this even further. But that topside keep is going to fall 100%. And the Web Weaver has been eliminated, so the top keep on the red team side is still fine. The only lane that's in trouble is the mid lane. Diablo, Rhaegar, Ancestral. There's the barbecue. Arrow is out. The bubble. They need kills. They need them quickly. The Space Goofs might just win this game. The boss on the core. Hanzo is trying to murder it. Greymane is gone. That's a big one. But so is Malthael. He bought back though, and they're going to save their core. Oh, clutch, baby. It's losing hit points quickly. So does the core, by the way. The Web Weavers are still there. This is actually getting bad. They're stopping them from hearthing. They're stopping them from heading back. The core is at 65%. 62 to 65% now as the fight continues. Insane! Anduin, Sylvanas, they both die, and the fight continues with a focus on Nequaza, who loses 28 gems. This has to be game. Keep at the bottom of the map is also getting attacked and falls, as Tracer is trying to chase Play down. Nice move, playing with vision here, and nearly getting a kill against Tracer, but Play is gonna fall, and spoiler alert, that's game. The Raiders, they are taking the victory in a crazy first map in this best of 3 series. GG and well played. What a first map here. Nice. Well done.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Towers of Doom, everybody. The Space Goofs putting up quite the fight on the first map. I mean, damn son, that was some sexy plays. I think if Greymane doesn't die that quickly when they're pushing with the boss for core, they might be able to take it. It would be pretty epic here. Either way, Raiders are in the lead, and we're gonna see what the Space Goofs can now pull off. They decided they want to have first pick, first ban. And the Raiders, they have, of course, therefore map choice and decided that they want to play this one out on Towers of Doom. They're one map win away from moving into the grand final, where they would face off against the Bratwurst boys again, which was also the winner bracket final. So it would be a rematch if the Raiders can decide the series in their favor. If they can win against the Space Goofs here, then the red team would take third place in the final qualifier for the Banshee Cup. Still pretty respectable. We'll see if they can really do that though. But again, as it all plays out, we have now bans on Hogger, bans on Lucio, and Genji is also getting banned out here. So on towers, of course, you're still thinking, Dehaka. You're technically you're also thinking, now that I think about it, Vikings and Samuro, because Sven is playing. So it could be some Viking plays. Not bad. So let's actually see what they can do with this. I mean, either way, final ban. Taking a long time for that, and they're getting rid of Maiev. So what's the first pick? What exactly do the Space Goofs think is going to give them a bit of an upper hand, taking on the Raiders again? And it was such a good game. The first game, absolute banger. Super entertaining match between them. But yeah, let's see what we're getting right now. I mean, if you're going for first pick, then they're hesitating a lot. Junkrat, okay. So, we get the Junk Master. My personal... The heroes that I want to see, or the players that I want to see pick is Gavlo and Sven. Gavlo has been playing a lot of Tracer, has done that in the last map, but he's always one that plays not necessarily straight down the meta lane. Whereas Sven has played so many different side laners that I could see... Okay, they go for Blaze now, but Gavlo locks it in. So is Sven still thinking about picking Vikings or something? Right now they have him on Brightwing. He could always shift heroes around. There's of course Chromie that you have to think about too. That's something that Nano might play and could be banned out in the third position against him. Unless it's taken away, of course. But yeah, double pick incoming. For the red team, it's Dehaka and Mirrodin. Ready for action. Okay, give me the hammer, my friend. Doesn't he have 2 hammers? He's always talking about axe. Whatever. I think in one of the things he has an axe too. So, now, Dehaga and Blaze don't really shock me. Both of them, if anything, it shocks me that both of them were still available in this game. I suppose that Dequaza would have preferred to play Blaze here, but this time the Raiders were faster and just picked him away from them. Usa gets banned out. I still want to see what we're getting for... Okay, Chromie gets banned. Nano doesn't have a chance there. But okay, give me the front line. I still kind of believe that we're going to get a bit of a wildcard pick here from the Raiders. At least one. I don't think that they're just going to play it full meta here. Just give me something that's a bit spicy. It's already a good start. Blaze and Brightwing are of course fantastic. You have some global positioning, but more importantly with Blaze a really nice layer of defense. There's an Uberak for stun into stun and Lunara. It's Bambi time. Okay, so we're going Bambi. I'm gonna drop some acid and some poison here. Final double pick for their opponent though, for the Space Goofs. Again, this could be a 3-mapper. After how game number 1 went, until the last moment, it was honestly impossible to tell who would win the game. Just continuous little fights and advantages that are getting negated. Teams taking over. Here comes Tychus and Stukov. Tychus, we'll see. I'm kind of torn on Tigers these days. On Infernal Shrines is always nice when you play with Odin. I guess here you can also outrange the Bell Tower, so it helps you a bit on Towers of Doom as well. But generally I would still put him into the lower seed pool when it comes to hero strength right now. And that leaves us with our final pick, so Nano. And... Liming. Slow them, poke them down with Lunara, come in with Liming and finish them off, get the resets and then snowball it. Good strategy. Does it work out? We're gonna find out on Towers of Doom. Game number 2. The Raiders against the Space Goofs, everybody. Gavlo on Blaze. We got Sven on Brightwing. Nano's playing Liming. Maitra is playing Lunara. And Twice is playing an Uberak. Over on the right side of the map, it's the Space Goofs with Play on Muradin. We got Bloodcool on Junkrat. Evixos on Tychus. And Dequaza with Dehaka. Yazu. Last but not least on Stukov. Alright, party time everybody. Let's see what we're getting. A 2-0 victory, a 3rd map. Is it going to be another banger, massive comeback? Towers of Doom, it always seems to deliver. Can it deliver here again? Time will tell. Moment of truth a little bit on what they're doing. And the attacks are already coming and whew! Alright, spicy plays right there. Big brawl in the middle right from the get-go. Let's see what they can do with this. I mean, already things are getting pretty wild right here, as they are all moving down towards the bottom of the map in an attempt to take this one on. Start the rotation or continue to make it going. And all the way up at the top, Dequaza is getting attacked as well. I mean, at this point, honestly, it's just who gets momentum. Well, it's a little bit tricky to say. House of Doom is always a bit weird. We have insane games on this map, but then at the same time, you can also say that there are a lot of instances where it just seems like the first 10, 12 minutes of the map don't really matter all that much, because it's all about late game momentum, and if you can build that up. Now, that doesn't mean you can't snowball a game on this map, but it's oftentimes quite tricky for teams to actually properly pull this off. So we'll see how this is going to play out for them. Right now it's all about the pumpkins that they're about to take here. It's actually the blue team that will have to fight for it, because their opponents already took their own camp and are now trying to steal this away and do it. They get both of the pumpkin camps, and very, very hesitant early game from the Raiders. They're definitely not willing to go all out on this. Just acknowledging that early on at least their opponents are quite strong here. But that also means that they're going to take damage at their wall, no matter what. So yep, this wall is going to take a bit of a beating. Kind of unfortunate for them. But let's see what they actually can do. I mean, either way, We now have level 4 talents kicking in, and there is early game pressure. Space Goofs, they are again aggressive in the early game. They haven't gotten a kill yet, but they're taking the wall out and they're sieging up at the bot lane, breaking through the towers, the gate, hoping to get also bell tower damage in. Muradin jumping forward and hoping for a Stormbolt connect. That doesn't happen, as my try is just now starting to poke, and Dehaka. Yeah, Bambi is in the corner and is gonna die. Yeah, Bambi is down. They're trying to also go for the Quasar here, and having him in tower range and stunning them out as both of the towers take aim is just a perfect play to ensure that they're not only taking Lunara out but also lose the hero in the process. Nano with a bit of blocking down here too. First altar phase has been announced, and Gavlo has in the meantime taken the pumpkins up at the top. So they're essentially just continuing where they left off in the last game. They're just coming in and going for brawl after brawl and getting those hits in. Nano... did he just brain fart? Did he not see Muradin? Okay, we're gonna take a look at that in just a moment. Shots are fired. And they're getting 8. He must have not had vision. I thought he had. So, well, there we go. Yeah, Muradin was totally not visible to him, and he made the perfect call. So that was an awesome play-by-play. For a second, I thought that Nano just screwed up, but he didn't. He just didn't see Muradin. Muradin was hiding, anchoring the play, and didn't even try to go directly for Liming, but just cut off her path of retreat, anticipated the teleport away, and then took her down. So really nicely done here. Great move from Play, and a well-deserved kill, and therefore they also take the lead on the point. So Nano got a bit outplayed there. And yeah, for Muradin, huge. Definitely a huge play. 3 kills to 1. Half a level of a lead now. Lunara is down at the bottom of the map. And of course, for now, we also get the camps attacked here. They're stealing it away again. They have full map control right now, don't they? They're just controlling those mercenary camps fully, with the exception of the bot one, of course. And yeah, right now they're just like locking this one. Oh, Lunara! Bye-bye. That's it for her. Bye-bye. Easy kill. They're looking for a counter kill, but they gotta be super careful, because even with the Haka coming in, there's a Tong on Brightwing. Sven is getting out, dodges the mine. Oh, and they still got Junkrat. Pretty neat. Nano with a cool play here. Might cost him his life. They're going for Tychus for a second, but the Stormbolt connects. She tries to get the kill! Oh, Nano getting close, but yeah, he falls. There's just too many. Too many. So, 5 kills to 2, half a level lead. They're going for the Quasar again, but I really like the way that the aggression is coming from the red team. Always trying to get some hits in. Obviously, all the way up at the top. Gavlo still had some time to get them some extra experience, but they had to give up the bell tower, so the shots are fired. That's 28 points against 36. They can definitely bring it back here, but they will need level 10 abilities, and they have to give up another altar. So that's a lot that they are sacrificing in this situation. There it is. Shots fired, and they're down to 24 points. Again, not a hopeless endeavor, but I like the engages that we're seeing. Muradin in particular, just one Stormbolt after another. Stukov now following it up too with another Lurking Arm, and he went into the growing infestation as well. But pretty sweet plays from Play. He's really juking them out over and over again. He's making them just fumble, waits with the Stormbolt. There's a lot of patience there. When he drops one, he hits them most of the time. Maybe not in these jump Stormbolt combo attempts. But yeah, either way. So right now we're having 5 kills to 2, level 10 on each side. Bambi has decided that she wants the mobility, not Thornwood Vines for an outside poke or anything. So goes into leap instead. Well, there's the next attack coming, and they're starting to make their move over for the next pumpkin camp. Alright, so can they finally steal one away? They're a little bit more confident now that they have level 10. They were waiting for heroic abilities the entire time, but now that they have them, they seem to be absolutely okay engaging into more of a battle with the other team. Previously, it was much harder for them. Now we have some playmaker potential also for Liming with a wave of force, and of course Cocoon. They are already dropping Odin on this one. Nice! Yeah, and well, at this point, Riptire, it's not enough damage. They go for the camp, but what about Play? Is Muradin finally gonna fall? And the answer is no. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. 5 kills to 2. And the hits, they keep coming. They're going for the wall at the front. Try to at least get some combos out. Another Storm Bolt, and Lunara immediately starting to jump back away. Alright, so as is, we're already looking at another combo stun against Mirrodin, and this time they synced it up perfectly. And they're still losing a hero. They're still losing an Uburak. Ridiculous. Oh no, Tychus at least falls. Hobbity hop as Lunara is trying to take down their Quasar, and with the help of Nano it's definitely going to be possible. So they finally get their kills, 5 to 6 now, and that will give them an altar. But damn, what a fight we're having now. Oh god. On Mirrodin, they really unleashed everything perfectly. They got the first stun through, timed it with the second, and then towards the end it was Brightwing also using the Poly to ensure that he never had a chance to jump away. The shots are fired and that pops them down to 32 points. Still a significant lead in core points for the red team. But again, this is a comeback map, and you can already tell that after level 10, after they got heroic abilities, the Raiders were starting to, yeah, really do some work here. Get some damage in, and also a lot of newfound confidence, I want to say. It's not too shabby what they're pulling off here. But they still have a long way to go. If they want to have a chance to really bring this one back, then they still have a lot more that they need to do. Jet propulsion missing against Mirrodin is definitely not what you're looking for. They could have maybe gotten a kill against Play if they're connected, but communication was slightly off there between the two. Pumpkins going for a quick ride. But yeah, the Haka is now up at the top. You can join the rest of the team. Bambi's, oh my god, that combo from Liming, that did work. Where's Nano sitting at in regards to damage? 21,000. Lunara with all of her poke that she has is sitting at 28k. But yeah. Brightwing and Stukov, the two supports, the only ones that haven't fallen yet in this game. 5 kills to 6. 13 on both sides, and everybody getting ready for the bottom altar. So yeah, bot lane altar is what it's all about right now. Over on the right side, yeah, that's where the camp is getting attacked quickly. And let's take a look at mercenary experience. The difference is not as big. Well, okay, they nearly have twice the amount. Not quite, but yeah, it's pretty big. But if you then contextualize it with the difference in minion experience and such, then yeah, it starts to shrink fairly quickly. Still, it indicates already that they're taking a lot more camps in this game. So either way, poor Mirrodin. Mirrodin goes down, the Haga gets cocooned, and they're pinging him heavily. And Blaze is moving in from the top now. So they want the stun. There's the Riptire. First stun is in. Hobbity up. And bye-bye, Quasar. Blaze moved in from the side with the entire front line gone. The red team has to fall back. And this is where the Raiders are going to try and take over in terms of momentum and map control. So they're starting to go straight up for that bell tower conversion. Even Odin is now getting used, and that might save them the structure. So the bell tower doesn't get converted yet, but the 4 shots still got fired. So now it's 24 points to 28, putting the two teams nearly on eye level in these fights. And the blue team, the Raiders, they are ahead. They are the ones that are currently in the driver's seat with a half-level lead, bit more than that, nearly a level actually. And will get the early level 16 therefore, of course. And that's a talent that you can start to work with a little bit. But yeah, either way, we have all the way up at the top, Gavlo just doing his thing over here. And, well, in the meantime, 28 to 24 on the core. There's 16, and that gives us Mirror Ball and Epic Enter. So the Nubara can finally epically enter those team fights. Play, they go for Mirrodin again, trying to lead him here, and they got him super low. He is able to jump out. Jet propulsion at the top. Quasar has to pop his essence against Gavlo, and gets actually burned pretty heavily here. Damn. Brightwing now coming in, changes things completely. Quasar with a big play. He still dies, but that was sexy. He saw the jet propulsion coming and just licked the jet propulsion, and they still take the bell tower now. So top bell tower gets taken as the Quasar falls. Job well done. And yeah, they're looking great here. I mean, either way, we're now looking at 8 kills to 6 and a level lead with triple bell tower and Dehaka. Dehaka's going to be back in time. He's going to just global onto the map. But the momentum has changed. In the early game, it was clearly the red team that has been doing their thing, and now it's more the blue team that finds himself in the driver's seat. So for them, it's not out of the question to get 2 out of those 3 bell towers now. Well, poke is already happening. Nanu's immediately moving back out. They're going to be likely fighting for this. Blaze is actually zoning Tigers away at the top. Tigers is retreating, and we'll have to fight for that. Are they just going to grab it at the top? They're giving the bottom one up. That's 3 shots fired against 5. The bell tower addition top side has, of course, been doing a lot. And yes, there it is. So in total, 10 shots fired against 3. Nicely done. And in the meantime, yeah, it's just like another camp that gets claimed. But again, things have shifted. And nobody has really tried to take back that bell tower at the top. It's more than a level lead by now for the Raiders. Dehaka will try to reclaim the topside structure now. But down here at the bottom of the map, if they have more coming in, more attacks, and they might be able to focus one of them down again. Specifically, Muradin seems to be a priority target. There's, by the way, this meme that's still going around that you shouldn't focus a tank. I mean, if you've ever seen any top-level play, tanks get deleted super quickly if you're doing your job right and you're syncing up your abilities. And once that the tank's gone, you can just absolutely clean house. The isolated Muradin is a good example here, and he has to really pop all of his abilities in order to stay alive, and barely makes it out. Even had to use Avatar here too. Dehaka coming in, missing the Tong. Gav low, a bit low, and gets away with the jet propulsion, using it as the escape tool. But the bell tower is insanely low in HP and will likely now get converted over to the Space Goofs, which would then put them on 4-4. So that would put them dead even in bell towers, but they cannot quite hack it here. Now the interesting part is, of course, that by now we have the Space Goofs also down in points on the core. They had a significant lead as the game started, but now things have changed. As we, again, the exchange. Nice. Good escape by Junkrat. That could have been dicey if he gets stunned out there. Yeah, Bambi again repositioning with Leap. They have to save Brightwing, and they do. A nice blink heal. Using it for mobility, making that work. So yeah, job well done here. But again, by now we have Gavlo just sitting tight. We have all the way at the top left, Sven challenging one. Again, it's 5 shots fired. They still have the bell tower advantage. They never took the one at the bottom. Now that the pumpkins are moving in, they're claiming this. So even if they get the one at the top right, it's only going to be 4 shots fired. But again, the balance is now slightly restored. There is an advantage for the red team, I'd say, because they're controlling the bot lane, which is just the more important one when you're talking about Towers of Doom. This lane is, after all, the one where the pumpkins travel through to do damage to the core directly. And it also is limiting access to some of the spawning points of the bottom altars. So if you control that for a long duration, you're going to be in a great spot. That's the main reason why Lunara and Li Ming have straight away taken to the bot lane in order to reclaim this. 8 kills to 6, nearly level 20 now for the Raiders. And it is again a play for boss that they're trying to execute, which would put the two teams on eye level in core points. And their opponents haven't sniffed it out yet. So yes, the bottom gets reclaimed. Dehaka is going to get the top right. Shots are being fired here. So dead even on core points. But we have level 20 for half a level as a lead for the Raiders that they can use. And Storm Gates are pretty big. Storm Gates are a huge asset to have in these situations. So already Stormbolt connects again against the Nubarak. But they now have also the Galloping Gate here. And the bell tower at the bottom is about to be taken. They just have to turn and claim it. Dehaka, Cocoon is being used, Drip tires out, Brightwing is a little bit low, might even fall, and saves the day. 5 versus 4 bell towers once again as both teams hit level 20. That gives us the big red button, it gives us rewind, and there's a single altar coming up next at the bottom of the map. So, yeah. Next attack already coming. And yeah, let's see. Oh, there it is! Muradin wanted to connect another stun here. Now he has to be careful too. So is Dehaka. Dehaka is a bit low, but they nearly got twice. If they can take Anubarak out in that situation, that would be sexy as hell. So, good stuff. I love how they're just like fighting for every single hit point right now. Every single hit point. We now have an big engage from Nubra. Quick slaps from Stukov as he's trying to keep them at a distance. Big red button, jet propulsion, Gavlo, he does the bunker in a second. He's silenced, bunker. Oh, clutch. The timings currently, they're just ridiculous. 8 points on the core of the Space Goofs. The Alder got channeled, but they're hoping for kills. They want kills, they want momentum. They want to get more control of the map and finally drive the point home. Take the series to the 2-0 victory and force that rematch against the Bratwurst boys. Yeah. That's getting a bit nasty. So, Dehaka on the way up towards the top. 56,000 damage for Tychus. He is the top damage dealer now. They push in the middle. 78,000 for Lunara. 68,000 for Li Ming. And they're controlling the bottom bell tower as best as they can, keeping the minions away. Gavlo has his bunker back in 20 seconds. Needs to be super careful until then. Dehaka is trying to push for the top left. Yeah, and over here in the middle, they're still trying to make their play, just like scouting things out. Boss is back up in 2 minutes, is still gone for a long time. But they have to stop the Haka a bit. The Quasar is getting way too much momentum here. And if this continues, he will actually claim this one. Now, bot lane control is always more important, as we said. And now they're trading at least damage in the middle. But the Quasar is going to get it now. They have pumpkins at the top too. So converting that bell tower is definitely in the cards for them. Down at the bottom of the map, though, there's pumpkins as well. So 6 in total. Yeah, you can't let those in. 4 bell towers to 4. That's the tally. Nice combo from Li Ming. Pumpkins are getting dropped. Ooh, very early big red button. They're more worried about the pumpkins than the altar right now. That's a very early one. Might try and force the fight. They know where the Haka is. Yeah, and let's see how long Odin lasts them here. They can try and zone them, but I do not believe that it's going to be long enough to get that bell tower now. Muradin jumps in. Combo. They're trying for Stukov. And Stukov gets deleted. Nice cocoon on the Haka as well. Junkrat is low and might even die to Blaze. Gavlo wants him, and he gets him. Junkrat is gone. They lose Lunara, but it's still a 4 versus 3. 4 versus 3. There's the lick against Li Ming. The only damage dealer they got left. The stun with the Nubarak. 1. They go for the Quasar. They take him down. Nano gets his resets. Big damage. Tychus is gone. Now they go for Muradin, the only survivor here. And he's not going to survive for long. Yeah, he falls as well. It's a full 5-man team wipe. And they have all the momentum now. What can they do with it? Bell tower in the middle? Yeah, sure. They can definitely get this. What about the top? Can they end the game here? And I think they decided that they're not risking anything. Wouldn't be possible either way. 4 points is just too much. So they're taking the bell tower in the middle. The goal is now to take as much control of the game as they possibly can. So bell tower gets converted. Could go for the top. Boss is up in 8 seconds. That's bad news for the red team. That is really bad news. They're going to lose the game here. Junkrat is back, Dehaka will be back in Kentunnel, but they're losing Muradin and Tychus. Muradin and Tychus are not going to be here in time. Those two are not going to be ready in time. This is not looking good. Yep, Stukov is moving in, gets stunned immediately. It's the only thing that he can do. He had to try, but they're losing the game right here, right now. The Raiders, they move on to the grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done. Another victory for the blue team as they decide the losers bracket final with 2-0 in their favor. And the Space Goofs take 3rd place in the tournament.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.